the concept of celebrity and attention is an addictive drug. If you start building your confidence around the feedback that you get from others, if you're building your confidence around the attention that you garner from, from other people, or if you build your confidence around, other people's reaction, or the number of likes that you get on a post, or the number of reshares that you get on some type of social media post, if you're building your confidence on that, you're building your confidence on shaky ground.
What's happening, y'all? This is Mike D with Black Fathers Now, where we're bringing the village to the brothers. Every couple of weeks, you can look forward to a quick inspirational message or a thought-provoking guest with knowledge and wisdom, all geared towards helping you be the best father that you can be. We're bringing the village to you. Now it's your turn to do something with what you learned. All right, y'all. Let's go.
What's going on, fellas? This is Mike D with Black Fathers Now, and I hope y'all are having a wonderful day. Today, the day that I'm recording this, man, it's just beautiful outside, man. I mean, when it's sunny and just everything seems to be lining up from a weather perspective, you just like, man, it just makes you so grateful to be above ground and to be able to experience and feel this thing. So no matter what the weather is, though, enjoy this day, because each day is a blessing. So therefore, it's upon you, it's incumbent upon you to go out there and make something happen. All right, the world needs you. But today's episode is gonna be quick, but I had a thought. Not long ago, there was this episode of Red Table Talk. And if you're not familiar with it, Red Table Talk is this conversation put on by Jada Pinkett Smith, in which she, interviews various folks, celebrities, and, comes at life from various perspectives, various angles. And, is actually pretty popular. And a lot of the episodes have been really interesting. I mean, I've sat down and, really kind of dove into some of them. And it's, I would say that the target audience or the target demographic is probably geared towards women. But as men, as black men, I mean, to be completely honest, we have to listen to things from various perspectives so that you can understand things from different angles. But then that helps to give you context as you communicate, because the reality is, we're not going to always simply communicate with folks who look like us, who are very similar to who we are. And so it's always interesting to hear things from different angles and to engage in dialogue and conversation and to consume content and watch things that maybe aren't necessarily geared specifically for you, because again, that helps you to generate context and understanding, but then see things from different angles, because naturally, as a black father, as a black man, you're going to see life through the lens of being a black man, right? And so examples and things that pertain directly to the African American male experience, you're going to groove with. Like, that's just being 100, and that's just being 100, right? But if you are a person, well, not if you are a person, I mean, everybody communicates with everybody on a regular basis, but because of that, we need to make sure that we see things from different angles so that we can effectively communicate with people who come from different perspectives, different backgrounds, and maybe have different ideologies. So that being said, I was watching an episode of Red Table Talk, and this episode not long ago had the Curry women. So these are all the ladies in the Curry family. So Steph Curry, his wife and his mother, his brother's fiance, and then the baby sister who is also married to an NBA player as well. So pretty much all the ladies at the table outside of Jada Pinkett Smith and her mom and her daughter Willow, who are always a part of this, every last one of them was married to or engaged to a professional NBA player. And I guess the most notable of the whole crew is Stephen Curry, who is, obviously plays for Golden State. And so one of the things that came up, and there was a lot of viral activity around the comments made by Stephen Curry's wife, Aisha Curry, and she's famous in her own right. She's like a celebrity chef, and I think they're part owner in restaurants and all of that. She has a significant presence in the social media landscape. But she made a comment that was quite interesting and got a lot of feedback. And a comment that she made, they were asking, what it's like being married to, a baller or to a celebrity, and in essence, how do the women at the table, how do y'all handle the attention that the men get by being professional athletes? Because, I mean, in reality, if you're not a professional athlete, if you're just a married man, it's interesting because you tend to get attention from women that you probably don't necessarily need to get attention from. And that's just being a regular non-celebrity dude. So when you're like a professional athlete and you're wealthy and powerful and influential, the thing is, that attention that you garner from women is like 1,000x. You know what I'm saying? Like it's on some level that I couldn't understand, nor do I want to understand, right? And so they were asking the women, how do you all deal with the fact that your men get so much attention as, professional athletes, as wealthy men, as influential men? And they all had their perspectives on it and, how they deal with it. And one of the things that the wife of Stephen Curry said that really was interesting to a lot of people was that she stated that, she wishes that she got some of that attention as well from men to, in essence, feel validated, or to feel like, I don't want to go that way, but I want people to check for me too. And that was one of those things that really made a lot of folks think or take pause, so to speak. And it was interesting to me too when I heard her say that, because a lot of guys get attention and all of that from various women for various reasons, but she stated that I want men to check for me too, and it's kind of like a confidence booster so that I can feel like, hey, people are looking at me as well. And again, a lot of people had different comments and different perspectives on this, but it made me think a little bit about just the concept of attention and what attention does. We look at celebrities and we look at this whole notion of being everywhere and having a lot of money and, traveling with posses and all of that. We look at that as something to be admired at times, right? But then we also forget about the other side to it, in a sense that this concept of celebrity and attention is also an addictive drug. The concept of celebrity and attention is an addictive drug. If you start building your confidence around the feedback that you get from others, if you're building your confidence around the attention that you garner from, from other people, or if you build your confidence around, other people's reaction, or the number of likes that you get on a post, or the number of reshares that you get on some type of social media post, if you're building your confidence on that, you're building your confidence on shaky ground. If you're building your confidence on the feedback and the attention of others, you're building your confidence on shaky ground. And so I heard her say that, and it made me really think about just kind of posing the question to, the brothers that are listening. I know ladies too, but the brothers that are listening, what are you building your confidence on? And are you building your confidence on shaky ground? What are you building your confidence on? And are you building your confidence on shaky ground? And when I say shaky ground, if you are building your confidence on the response and or the feedback or the attention of others, you're building it on shaky ground. And why do I call that shaky ground? It's because people are fickle. One minute they love you, the next minute they hate you. One minute, you're the right size and the right look and the right whatever. The next moment, your style is your size and your shape and your look is out of style. At one point, it was cool to have, a bald head. Now it's cool to have a lot of hair. At one point, it's cool to be clean shaven, so you're the man because you're a clean shaven guy. Next, everybody all the ladies want a beard. You know what I'm saying? Like, things change. Things go in waves and styles, right? And if you're building your confidence on the feedback generated from others, if you're building your confidence on the attention that you generate from others, what happens when that attention is not there? So then you go around seeking that attention. You go around seeking someone to quote unquote check for you, to give you that confidence, to give you that hit of the hit of dopamine, so to speak, the neurotransmitter that is kind of released when you get something that you like. It's somewhat correlated with addiction, but that's what happens when you get attention or you get likes on social media. It gives you a dopamine hit, which kind of gives you a little quick high. But if your confidence is built on that high that you get from the attention, from the celebrity, from the feedback that kind of fills your ego, what happens when that attention's no longer there? What happens when that attention is no longer there? And so, fellas, I'm using an example that was given by the wife of Steph Curry, but this is something that we all need to process and think about. What happens when that confidence is tied to something that's shaky? It's not tied to something that's foundational. It's not tied to something that is, that is stable, going forward. You are then tying your confidence into something that is very fragile. And when that thing crumbles, and that's what your confidence is tied in, tied to, what then happens to your level of confidence? It's real. Really think about that. What then happens to your level of confidence? So fellas, and the ladies listening too, but to fellas listening, we need to be very mindful on not tying our confidence to things that are shaky, to things that are unstable, to things that are potentially fickle. We should not tie our confidence to people, because other people are not going to necessarily be the same continuously. People change. People's interests change. One moment they love one thing, the next moment they hate it, right? So don't tie your confidence into that, because then you are, in essence, giving your peace away to something that could take it and crumble it at the drop of a hat. Protect your peace, protect your confidence, but also find ways to garner or generate your confidence that are going to be stable, and that starts internally. For me, it's a personal deep dive from an internal perspective, where I first, on a personal level, tie my confidence into my maker, to God, to my relationship with God, to my faith, right? That's where it starts. But then it's about doing an internal deep dive for me, so that I can tie my confidence into something that is internal, that's already there, but then it's something that I have some level of influence and control over. Now, do I get impacted by feedback that's not positive and all? Absolutely. If somebody gives you something negative, or negative feedback, or a negative comment here or there, sometimes it does, strike a chord with me. But I don't tie my confidence simply to the feedback. My confidence is tied first to my faith in God, then is to this internal thing that's inside of me, to all the goodness and the greatness that I know I have inside of me on a personal level that was uniquely gifted to me. But then it's also about the people that are closest to me that truly are my ride or die. My wife, my kids, my parents, my brothers, and, my very close friend, my close friends, my circle of influence. I mean, I start with faith, then I go internal, and then it's a very close-knit circle. Those are the things that matter. That's the feedback that matters, because those are the things that are unconditional in my life. So we have to make sure we tie our confidence to things that are unconditional, that are stable, that are consistent, and we have to be mindful not to tie our confidence to things that are shaky, that change all the time, and that literally blow in and out like the wind. Because if we do that, our confidence is going to be the same. It's going to blow in and out like the wind. All right. Well, hey, fellas, I hope this landed on you and it caused you to think a little bit, man. Really to think about, what do you tie your confidence into? Where do you derive your confidence from? And really evaluate that, because we all have to be confident. If you're not confident in how you operate, if you're not confident in how you approach life, it's going to be an uphill battle, right? Because challenges are going to come. I mean, if they haven't come yet, they're going to come, right? Challenges are going to come. That's a part of life. But we need to approach those challenges from a place of confidence so that we at least have the best possible chance to fight, to win, and to impact the world in the way that we were designed to do. All right. Well, fellas, as always, make sure you visit blackfathersnow.com. Follow Black Fathers Now on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Shoot some messages. Subscribe to this podcast via all the podcast platforms or your favorite one. And definitely leave some ratings and share this with your friends and family. Visit IamMikeDorsey.com if you're interested in having me to come out and speak or run a workshop. I have a topic, Double Down on You, that is awesome. It's really, really, really geared towards teens, young adults, or even professionals who are in the midst of transition, right? Teens, young adults, and professionals who are in the midst of transition. Definitely give me a shout. Hit me up on IamMikeDorsey.com. I'd love to come out and speak and run a workshop for you. And I guess, until next time, y'all be blessed, well, and wise. Oh, whoa. Don't forget, visit blackfamilyapparel.com. Grab some dope apparel that celebrates the nuances of the Black family. And until next time, we'll holla at you. Y'all be blessed, well, and wise. Peace.
Yo, fellas, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And always visit blackfathersnow.com, as well as follow Black Fathers Now on virtually every social media platform you can think of. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. Just follow us and engage with us, man. Look forward to hearing from you. And I guess until next time, I'll holla at you. Peace.